Hello, everyone. This is Patrice K. Coakley, your brand and social media strategist, marketing extraordinaire, enthusiast, project manager. I do a lot of stuff. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to create a new video tutorial for you guys. This one here is something that I've gotten requests for quite some time. And I said, you know what? It is time for me to just record this. So here I am. What I would like to show you guys is how you can set up your own business email account and then send and receive through Gmail. Now let me say that again. What I'm going to show you is how you can set up your own email account for business using your own .com and then send and receive using that email address. You can send and receive through Gmail. Now this is some really cool technological stuff here, because I'm noticing, and this is the reason why I'm doing this, is because I'm noticing a lot of people having their own .com, okay, or having their own domain. I'm going to use those interchangeably throughout this tutorial. So your own .com or your own domain name. I see people that have it, but then they have a Gmail email address. That doesn't make sense to me unless they're going the cheap way, and I'm going to explain that to you here shortly. But when I see someone with their own website and then their email account is that domain like I have here, that shows me that, you know, they are a legitimate business. They didn't take any shortcuts. You know, they're serious, they're on point. And not in addition to that too, is that it's consistent. The entire brand is consistent across all platforms when it comes to a .com. I mean, on your business card, if I see a .com, I'm expecting to see your domain address. Whereas I'll see people have their own .com, like patricekcoakley.com or google.com or apple.com, and then they say, hey, send me an email at patrice@gmail.com. Come on now. You don't have to do that. Now, there is a way, and it just dawned on me that maybe people are registering their own .com just to have it, and then instead of hosting their own website, they're taking that .com and forwarding it to some sort of free platform like Tumblr or Wix. Now that may be a reason why they're not doing their Gmail account, but I'm like, you know what, if you want to have your own .com, go all the way out. Just go out with it, you know. Have your own .com, forget the free sites. Invest in your own website, your own web platform. I mean, this is also helps with building your credibility as well, because when you host your own website and you actually pay for hosting, you get email accounts. Okay, so I pay for a hosting provider where I can host an unlimited amount of .coms as well as email addresses. I pay about $80 a year, literally $80 a year. I think it's like 70 something a year. I need to stress that. That's a year. And I can host an unlimited amount of websites, .coms, domains, as well as email accounts. So, I mean, you know, there's really no point. If you have your own .com, just go all the way out with it and actually invest. I mean, if you think about it, all these big corporations and big businesses that a lot of people try to mimic, you know, they have their own .coms as well as email accounts. You don't see anyone working at Verizon saying, hey, send me an email at verizon@gmail.com. No, they have their name at verizon.com. So why not you do the same? And I'm going to show you how you can do that. Okay, so let's say you have your own hosting package. With my hosting provider and service, I use, they have everything set up through cPanel, which is also the control panel. So I can control everything in regards to all of my websites and domains and email accounts right here. Okay. Now, if you're hosting through GoDaddy, I know they have a hosting package and whatnot, and there's a few other companies. They may not use cPanel. They should, because it's real easy, simple to use. But if they don't, and you don't know how to set up an email account, just call and ask them, and also make sure that your hosting package includes email accounts. So yeah, definitely, look into that. Make sure that you can have your own email account associated with your domain. So what we're going to do in the cPanel, I'm going to go to email accounts. And excuse me, as you can see, I have quite a few already that I use. But we're going to use another one here. I'm going to set up an email account just for the sake of this tutorial. I'm going to use my other domain, which is thebaselinegroup.com. And we're going to create hello@thebaselinegroup.com and create a password for it. Now be sure to jot down your password because we're going to need this going forward. Okay? So the new email is going to be hello@thebaselinegroup.com. Now, let me just let you guys know, I'm only creating this account for the sake of this tutorial, so do not, I repeat, do not email me at this email address because it will bounce back. I am deleting this email address as soon as this tutorial is done. Okay, so this is just for an example. So I created it, and the password, we're going to hit create account. Account created. All right, so now that's created. We're going to go over to Gmail. Now, if you don't have a Gmail account already, that's fine. If you want to use a separate Gmail account for this particular business, you can do that as well. Personally, that's what I do. I have 2 Gmail accounts. I have one for the Baseline brand, and I also have one for personal that I also use for my PKC brand. Okay, and I keep tabs on both. But I keep it that way so that way I don't have everything coming into one Gmail account. As you can see here, I have 2. So that just keeps everything separate for me. I like one for one brand in one Gmail and one for the other one in the other Gmail account. So I created a Gmail account for Baseline, and it's thebaselinegroup@gmail.com. So you're going to have a gmail.com address to set up a Gmail account. But we don't want to send and receive from that, okay? We want to keep everything consistent. So we're going to hit the wheel or the gear icon on the right, and then we're going to go into settings. From here, we're going to select accounts and import. And the 2 sections that we're going to focus on is send mail as well as check mail from other accounts using POP3. Send mail as, this will allow you to send mail from that email account. And then the check mail from other accounts using POP3, this will allow you to receive emails from that account. So we want to make sure that we send and receive from the hello@thebaselinegroup.com. Now, as you can see, I already have 2 other email addresses associated with this Gmail account. I have info@thebaselinegroup.com as well as patrice@thebaselinegroup.com. Okay? So that's there, and then the same is down here as well. But I'm going to use hello@thebaselinegroup.com just so you guys can see how we set it up. So now we want to, we're going to focus on the send mail as first, okay? So we're going to hit add another email address you own. Then this little box pop up. And, okay. We're going to put in a name. So if you look here for the info account, I have the Baseline Group because that's just for information. That's just the general company email address, okay? And then I have mine for the company, and I have my name there, Patrice K. Coakley. So for the sake of the hello account, we're just going to put in hello Baseline. Now the name, this is going to be something that shows up in someone's email box. So if you're sending them a message, it'll show up in their email box here like that. So definitely keep that in mind and make sure it's something that is consistent with that email account. So for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to do hello Baseline. And then it's asking for the email address. So we're going to do hello@thebaselinegroup.com. Then everything here, I like Gmail. I do. I'm a fan of Gmail. I'm a fan of Android. Everything is just seamless. And they also, they're psychic in a way because you'll notice that a lot of stuff here is just default. Just leave the default settings and it'll work for you. So we're going to leave that as default. We're not going to change anything or deselect anything. So we got that set. We're going to hit next step. Again, everything's default. send through Gmail. Yep, we're going to keep that selected. Your SMTP server, again, this is the server for sending mail. SMTP does stand for something. I don't know offhand. Google it. But again, it's already set for you. So we got SMTP dot whatever your domain is .com. They already know which port to use, 587. The only thing you need to put in here is the username and the password. You have to change this because your username will always be the email address. I messed up and tried setting it up with what they already had here, which was just the front part, the name, and it didn't work. So the username, make sure it's your full email address, and then that password that we picked for it. Okay, and then here it's recommended. I'm fine with that. Leave that as that. Then next step. So now Gmail wants to verify that I am actually the owner of this email account that we had created. Okay, so it's going to send you a verification. Now you're wondering, how are we going to retrieve that email if we have not set it up in Gmail? And that's fine. We can check it through here, through your hosting provider. So we're going to go ahead and select to send a verification. They sent it. Now I need to go and retrieve it. So I'm going to go back here. Here's my email, and I'm going to go check it. Now again, your hosting provider should allow you to set the email up, and they should also have a way for you to check those incoming messages through that email account as well. Now the purpose, now you may think that, okay, you can check emails through here, but why set it up through Gmail? Because Gmail is already being used. This is allowing you to bypass the step of logging into your control panel or logging into some other sort of email system and getting those emails when you can already do all that right within Gmail, which a lot of people already have installed on their computers, on their phones, their tablets, everything. So we're just going to go in here and retrieve the message just to get that verification code. All right, and then I have 3 options. I'm gonna just choose this one here. It doesn't really matter. All right, there's my code, my email. Here's a code. I'm gonna copy it, and I'm gonna go back to Gmail, and then I'm gonna paste it. Verify, and this box should go away. And voila, here it is here. It's set up already that fast. So now next what we need to do is add it to the POP3 section, so that way Gmail can retrieve those messages. Okay, so we're going to hit add a POP3 email account you own. It's asking for the email address. Put in the full email account, then hit next step. It's asking for the username. Again, it's the full email address, the password that we set, and then again, Google is psychic. They already have the POP server information and your port. So the POP server should be mail dot whatever your domain is .com, and then your port 110. And then this stuff here, again, I'm just going to leave it blank. But if you want if you want to use a secure connection when retrieving mail, you can select it. I don't want my messages to be blocked because it's not secure and all that, you know. I mean, Gmail does a really good job of identifying what's spam and what's not, so I don't want to risk losing email messages, and I don't foresee anyone, you know, sending crazy stuff to me anyway. So yeah, I don't put my email addresses out there on forums and whatnot, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, I'm just careful. And then this very top one here, leave a copy of retrieved messages on the server. This one's totally up to you. If you want, you can have those messages sent to Gmail as well as being left here within your server email account and left on the server. I don't like the clutter. I don't like stuff being floating out there in the universe, so I just leave it unchecked. You know, if there's a message coming in, I'd rather for it to come to Gmail and leave it there. That way I know where it's at. Okay? So we're going to leave all that as that. Again, the only thing we did on this particular section is add the username and the password, and then we're going to hit add account. And that's it. And as you can see, it's here. And right below it's saying that it's checking mail, meaning that it is checking to see if there's any messages or emails on the server over here that needs to be pulled into Gmail for me to read. If you heard that little noise there, that was my phone alerting me that I have a new message. And I'm pretty sure it's this. Yep. So this was that verification email that I had got. So Gmail, when I added it to the POP3 and it was checking and it found this message and pulled it in. So this right here, seeing this is showing me that it worked. But we want to be sure, we want to be 100% sure that everything was set up properly. So what we're going to do is we're going to send a message to ourselves, okay? If we send it and then receive it, that means it's working. So I went and hit compose message. We're going to put in hello at the baseline group. And then we're going to change this. Now, as you see, there's a drop-down box, which is, I love this feature. When you have multiple email accounts associated with Gmail, it creates a drop-down where you can select whatever email address you want to send from. And this is nice. I love it. So I'm going to hit hello. Now, some people may say, while I'm on this topic here, on this section, some people say, why have all these different email accounts when it's going to the same system and being sent and received from the same person? It's branding. It's all has to do with branding. It's like, you know, a lot of people have more than one job. A lot of people may work full-time for a company, then they have their own personal account, their personal emails, and then they may have their side business emails for that. You can have everything come in and make it easy for you, but it's still a seamless it's still a seamless process to allow you to check it. You can go into one email box, okay, which is, it just makes it easy. So we select hello. Now we're going to do a test. Subject, test in the message, and send. Boom, and there it is. There's a message. And then my phone just went off. So it worked. I was able to send it, so it went out, and then it came back in. So both the send mail as well as the POP3 is working. Now there's something else I wanted to show you guys as well too, is that what you can do with these multiple email accounts is you can set up a different signature for each one. So what I just did there, I went into the settings, and under general, just scroll down in your signature section. And in the drop down, you have all your accounts here. I already have a signature set up for Patrice at the baseline group, which is, you know, it's slick because you can just set it up right there. Then if you want to create another one, you can do so right in this space and then hit save changes. But what is really neat is when you compose a message and you select the drop down box, it automatically adds your signature, whatever signature is associated with your email account. So if I do hello, remember hello doesn't have a signature. It removes it. So again, they make it real easy. And that's really it. That's really it. See how simple that is? So no more gmail.com email addresses when you have your own domain. Let's just keep it simple, keep it looking nice and clean. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to share with you guys. I think that is it. Yep, that is it actually. All right, so yep, we are good. Yep, we're good. So that's how you do it. So just a quick overview. You want to go into settings, and then accounts and import. And then you want to add the address to send mail as. And again, it's going to ask you for that information, the username, which is the full email address, the password. It's going to send you a verification code where you're going to check it on your hosting site and their web server. And then you're going to go into POP3 and add it there as well, so that way you can receive those messages. And then last but not least, you want to send a message to yourself. So there you have it, folks. If you guys have any questions in regards to this video, if you're running across any issues or concerns, feel free to reach out and let me know. I'm definitely here to help. You can also comment on this video if you like, if you had a question, or shoot me a message. You can go to my website here, Patrice K. Coakley, and go to the contact. You can fill out my contact form with any questions that you may have, or you can shoot me an email at info@patricekcoakley.com. Okay. Hope this was helpful, and yeah, be sure to follow me on Twitter at patricekcoakley.com. All right. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. If this was helpful, feel free to share it, post it on your website, all that good stuff. Okay. Thanks again, and you guys have a great day.